In the southeast, the IPOB ESN is waging a full-scale war against the government of this country. And many local governments, many communities are deserted, schools are closed, hospitals are closed. In the same vein, in Niger, in Zamfara, in Plateau, in Kaduna, in Yobe, in Borno, we're only talking about Boko Haram. Boko Haram is just a tip of the iceberg. There's a full-scale war going on. And the blackmail of the Nigerian state by the Nigerian military is shameful. They said they do not have enough armament, and people listen to these false narratives. They are lying. They are liars. I repeat, they are liars, because I am a participant. I am a participant in this war. I fight on the side of the government of the Nigerian state, in Plateau, in Niger, in Anambra, in Imo, in Abia, and in Rivers State, and in Abuja. Today you are traveling to Kaduna on this road. It's not the army that made it possible to travel for you to travel to Abuja or travel to Kaduna, vice versa. It is my men, employed by the government of the Nigerian state, stationed in Niger. Today you go to Baga, you go to Chiroro, you go to Wase. We have lost so many men, and we do not use, in all this engagement, we don't even have 1% of the armament deployed by the Nigerian military. 1%. And we have had resounding success. So this black men must end. They have enough resources to fight. Instead of fighting, they are busy stealing. They are busy making the government to spend unnecessarily. Where is Dogo today? Who was terrorizing Niger, Kaduna? Where is Dogo today? He's nowhere, because he had been served his dish that he was serving other people. So, well, let us be able to support the government and don't listen to these false narratives. Because somebody must tell the truth. Hey, we don't have arms. An average person is carrying 2 magazines of AK-47 bullets. The Nigerian army is carrying inside their truck 20, 30 cans. 2 magazines of AK-47 is 25 rounds of ammunition. 700 or 750 make up a can. They call it sardine. And they have 20, 25, 30 in their distance. They will leave on slight attack. They will abandon these weapons for the bandits, the insurgents, to take them, to capture them. So in actual fact, the insurgents are harvesting from the Nigerian military and police to further their insurgency.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. But in this report, I want us to look at Asari Dokubo's visit to the presidential villa, Abuja. where he met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so that we can begin to know what that portends for Nigeria. Because this his visit throws a lot of questions that nobody's talking about. And that is what I want us to talk about right now. Normally, I know that, as I keep saying, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president until the Supreme Court rules otherwise. So the election process is still in progress until the Supreme Court rule and give final verdict. So Asari Dokubo, one of the most vocal supporters of Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, obviously went to the villa to show his support, which he has already exhibited by leading militants from Niger Delta to come and protest in Abuja in support of Tinubu at the Court of Appeal, where the Presidential Election Petition Court is sitting. Now, at the villa, at the hallowed chamber of the villa, Aswaju made some serious revelations that I'm surprised Nigerians are not talking about it. Let me give you a typical example of what he said. Of course, you've seen it. It preceded this video you are watching right now, because I put it first so that you will hear him. But while I'm talking, I want to analyze what he said there. Is because nobody's talking about it. It's supposed to occupy a preeminent place in Nigeria's public discourse right now. Because what he said is a clear indication of a failed state, that Nigeria is invariably a failed state. You heard Asari Dokubo talk about, allegedly now, that his men, Asari Dokubo's men, have been able to be confronting the bandits in Plateau State, in Nasarawa State, in Niger State, in all these states where we have problems of banditry. He said his men have confronted them. Does it mean that Nigerian states hired Asari Dokubo's private army to fight the bandits? That Nigerian states, the military could not confront the bandits, that they have to hire Asari Dokubo and his military gang and his militant gangs to go and face these people? Because that is what he was insinuating. In fact, that is what he's saying there. This should trouble every Nigerian. This should be of concern to every Nigerian. How those who are leading this country has really led it to the status of a failed state. Look at the kind of thing he was saying. He was describing the camps of the bandits, what they found there. And he was now saying that they are not even as strong as they are made out to be. In other words, he said the military are lying about the bandits. That the military are not that the bandits are not half equipped as the military is making out. And that he doesn't believe when the military say that they are handicapped by lack of equipment. From what he's saying there, he was also alleging that the military used to leave their weapons for the bandits. This is a weighty allegation that ordinarily should concern all Nigerians, should be at the center of debate right now. What happened to the Nigerian military? from what he's saying, what is alleged, because it's just an allegation he made against the military. But for him to be given a platform like Asari Villa to make that allegation against the military should worry the Nigerian state, should worry Nigerians. And he now started taking credit for the successes of the military. He said the reason why there is relative peace, where people can travel along Kaduna Abuja Road, was because of him and his boys. That it is not as a result of Nigeria's military. Do you know what this means? Do you know the implication of what Asari Dokubo said? And he said it at the hallowed chambers of the Asari Villa, the seat of government of Nigeria. He made that wild allegations. You should not be swept under the carpet. The military authorities must get to the root of it. What does he mean? Who hired him? Are the military themselves aware of his hiring himself and his men to go and confront bandits? Because from what he's saying, they have stormed all the bandits' places and seen how it is. They have gone to southeast and stormed southeast, and I was able to confront the IPOP. And he was saying this with confidence. So what happened? What happened to the Nigerian state in the last 8 years? That the state of Nigeria degenerated to the level where private army militants though were hired by the Nigerian state to go and confront bandits, as Asari is alleging. And he should be interrogated more so that we will not know, so that we will know the truth of the matter. We know that this is security issue. Government handles things like that clandestinely. But that if it were that, we know that it was in the past, when Nigerian states, during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, when Nigerians hired some mercenaries from South Africa to help confront the insurgents. And at that point in time, they achieved a lot of success. Many people will attest to the fact that they achieved tremendous success. But when the Buhari regime came in power in 2015, they did away with those people, feeling that Nigerian military could be able to handle whatever the South African mercenaries were said to be doing in Nigeria. Because there were so many heroic stories told about those South African mercenaries, how effective they were, okay, that they were able to deal ruthlessly with the Boko Haram. But the government stopped it when Buhari became president, and feeling that it was an insult to the Nigerian military that they have the capacity to handle any internal threat or external threat, that they don't need such external help from all these private militaries that are for hire. Now, if we did that, what happened to the level that Asari Dokubo is claiming that his men, who funded his men to confront bandits, who funded him? And now this has given him if it were true, because it's just an allegation he was making, but if it were true, who funded him? Because you could see how he was able to describe the bandit camps around the country, from the southeast to the northern Nigeria and everywhere. And he now laid an allegation against the military. Our own military that have laid their lives for the sake of this country. Asari Dokubo was at presidential villa talking to them, talking about them as if they doesn't matter, as if they are not doing anything. That they were lying, that they don't have equipment. But to be frank, I have not heard the military in recent time complain about lack of equipment, because they keep on talking about the fact that former President Buhari had been able to give them all that they need. We know about the Tucano jet and all what have or not. But for Asari Dokubo to claim that even the relative peace we are having in Abuja and everywhere, that it is as a result of his men and not because of the military, has a lot to be desired in that statement. And it is not something that Nigerians are talking about. It is something that Nigerians should talk about. How did Nigeria get to this level? To the level that Asari Dokubo could come to the presidential villa and throw a challenge to the military that they are ineffective, that they are lying about their equipment, and that even the Abuja Kaduna road that people can pass now, he says it's because of his men. He began to mention bandits they have confronted. Now, what does that tell you about the state of Nigeria? It tells you one thing, that Nigeria is on the verge of being a failed state if it is not halted. Whatever it is that could lead a state like Nigeria to hire somebody like Asari Dokubo and his gang for the purpose of confronting bandits, ensuring security. Because for all I know, the relative peace we are having in the country is because of the military. Our military men and women, they have risked a lot. Many of them have lost their lives confronting insurgents, confronting violent non-state actors in all parts of the country, in the Niger Delta, in the southeast, in northern Nigeria, everywhere. It is the military that are laying their lives down for this country, to have the relative peace we have. But Asari Dokubo came to the presidential villa and claimed that it was his men. That should worry Nigerians. That Asari Dokubo's men could be well equipped to confront bandits better than the military, as he's alleging. I think there's a need for him to explain more. There's a need for the Senate to invite him. There's a need for the National Assembly to invite Asari Dokubo to come and explain what he meant about his involvement in the security of Nigeria, on the insecurity. It is weighty. Nobody is talking about it, but everybody should be talking about it. That is why I brought this up, to put it out, that Nigerians, the authorities, the Senate, everybody should be talking about the allegations that Asari Dokubo made against Nigeria's military at the presidential villa. I'm particularly talking about this security owner because I'm doing another video that have to do with what the allegations he made about the military in terms of pipeline vandalization or oil theft. But this one, I just did it. This one caught my attention first, that I have to put it out because nobody is talking about it. People are just talking about the other issue of pipeline, which he talked about. But this one, to me, requires much more attention than it's getting right now. What Asari Dokubo revealed at the Asura Villa, what do you think of it? Is it a sign that Nigeria is a failed state or is on the verge of a failed state? If the military authorities, as are led by Asari Dokubo, could not confront bandits, and Asari Dokubo is revealing that it is own private army, so to say, that have confronted them and given us the relative peace we are enjoying in the country right now. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.